Imagine a time of heroes and warriors, ancient Israel, a land of rugged beauty and constant conflict. In this world walked a woman named Abigail. She was known for her wisdom and courage, gifts from God. Abigail dared to be different, guided by her faith in God. She stood up for what was right, even when it was dangerous, trusting in God's protection. Abigail's story is a beacon of hope, a testament to God's power. It reminds us that one person with God's guidance can make a difference. Her story is timeless. It speaks of the power of courage and compassion, inspired by faith in God. Abigail's life offers valuable lessons for us today, showing us God's way. David was a young man destined for greatness. He was a skilled warrior, a poet, and a leader. But even David faced moments of darkness. He led a band of loyal men. They were on the run from King Saul, a jealous and vengeful ruler. David and his men were tired and hungry. They sought refuge near the land of Maon. There lived a rich man named Nabal. He owned vast flocks of sheep and goats. David sent messengers to Nabal. They carried a simple request for food and supplies. Nabal was a hard man. He was known for his greed and cruelty. He scoffed at David's request. "Who is this David?" he sneered. "Why should I share my hard-earned wealth with him and his men?" The messengers returned to David empty-handed. They relayed Nabal's insults. David was furious. He felt betrayed and disrespected. He swore revenge. "Prepare for battle," he commanded his men. "We will take what is rightfully ours." Abigail was Nabal's wife, a man known for his rudeness and lack of consideration. Unlike her husband, Abigail was known for her intelligence, kindness, and wisdom. Her reputation preceded her throughout the region. One day, when she learned of Nabal's insults towards David and the fury it had provoked, she knew she had to act quickly and astutely to prevent disaster. Wasting no time, she gathered an abundance of food and supplies, including bread, wine, sheep, and grain. Loading them on donkeys, she set out to meet David, hoping to calm his anger and prevent bloodshed. On the way, Abigail encountered David and his men, who were armed and ready for battle. David's warriors were prepared to attack Nabal's house and avenge the insult. Seeing them, Abigail dismounted her donkey with grace and determination. She bowed deeply before David, showing respect and humility. Her heart pounded in her chest, but her voice was firm and serene as she spoke. Abigail asked David to accept her offering and forgive her husband's foolishness. With eloquent words, she reminded David of his destiny as a leader and the importance of acting justly. David, impressed by Abigail's wisdom and courage, listened intently to her words. Finally, David accepted the offering and decided not to attack Nabal's house, thanking Abigail for her intervention. Abigail returned home, knowing she had saved her family and her people from certain tragedy. Her wisdom and courage were etched in history, reminding us of the power of intelligence and compassion in times of crisis. "My lord," Abigail began, her voice trembling slightly, "please, I beg you, do not stain your hands with blood. My husband Nabal is a foolish man. He is not worthy of your anger." She continued, her voice gaining strength. "Allow me, your servant, to offer you these gifts as a token of peace." David looked at Abigail. He saw the fear in her eyes, but also the bravery. He listened intently to her words. He felt his anger begin to subside. The story of Abigail reminds us that true leadership can come in many forms. In ancient times, in a land filled with conflict and challenges, a woman emerged whose wisdom and courage left an indelible mark on history. In a world dominated by men, Abigail dared to be a peacemaker. She was known not only for her beauty, but also for her intelligence and ability to mediate in difficult situations. She used her wisdom and courage to prevent bloodshed. When her husband Nabal offended the future King David, Abigail took the initiative to intervene, bringing offerings and words of peace. She defied the expectations of her time. In a society where women were often silenced, Abigail stood up and spoke with authority and grace. She refused to be defined by the limitations imposed on her gender. Her action not only saved her family but also prevented an unnecessary war. Abigail's bravery echoes through time. Her story is a testament to how a single person can make a significant difference. She stands alongside other biblical heroines like Esther, who risked her life to save her people from genocide, and Deborah, a prophetess and judge who led Israel to victory in battle. These women, through their courageous actions, show us that leadership and strength know no gender. The story of Abigail, along with those of Esther and Deborah, inspires us to recognize and value the impact of women in history. It reminds us that courage and wisdom can change the course of events, no matter the circumstances. David was moved by Abigail's plea. He recognized her wisdom and courage. He realized that revenge would only lead to more suffering. "You have done well, Abigail," David said, his voice filled with admiration. "You have saved me from making a grave mistake. Return to your home in peace." David heeded Abigail's words. He called off the attack. He chose forgiveness over revenge. Abigail's courage not only saved David's soul but countless lives. Facing our own Goliaths. We all face our own Goliaths in life. Challenges that seem insurmountable. Moments when anger and frustration threaten to consume us. In those moments, we can find inspiration in Abigail's story. Abigail's courage reminds us to face our fears with grace and determination, to stand up for what we believe in, even when it's hard, to choose peace over conflict. The power of diplomacy. Abigail's story highlights the power of diplomacy. In a world often driven by conflict, she chose dialogue over violence. She used her words to build bridges instead of walls. Abigail's example reminds us that listening is as important as speaking, that empathy and compassion can be powerful tools for conflict resolution. That sometimes the bravest act is to lend a helping hand. Abigail's legacy. Abigail's story is a testament to the power of one person to make a difference. In times of conflict and adversity, she stood out as a beacon of hope and resolve. Her courage, wisdom, and compassion saved countless lives. Abigail acted not only with intelligence but also with a deep sense of justice and humanity. At a crucial moment, her intervention prevented unnecessary bloodshed. She serves as an inspiration to us all, reminding us that we too can be agents of peace and change. Her story teaches us that no matter our circumstances, we always have the power to positively influence our surroundings. Abigail's legacy lives on in the hearts of those who strive to make the world a better place. Her example motivates us to act with integrity and to seek peaceful solutions in times of conflict. Her story reminds us that true strength lies not in physical force, but in the courage of our convictions and the power of our compassion. Abigail shows us that true leadership is based on empathy and the ability to listen and understand others. Through her actions, Abigail demonstrated that a single person can change the course of history. Her legacy is an eternal reminder that kindness and wisdom can prevail even in the darkest of times. Finding our inner Abigail. We all carry an inner Abigail within us, a wellspring of courage, wisdom, and compassion waiting to be tapped. Let us strive to embody these qualities in our own lives. Let us be peacemakers in our families, our communities, and our world. Let us face our challenges with grace and determination, always choosing hope over despair. Let us build a world based on the enduring values that Abigail embodied: courage, wisdom, compassion, integrity, and love. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and activate the notification bell so YouTube can let you know when we upload a video.